I wasn't ready. This tea is pretty okay. What's up, people? Back with another video. Same outfit because it's the same day, same person. In our previous video, we were talking about urban fiction.
Yes.
And Tamika's experience with urban fiction. To go ahead and get into that. We're changing courses. This is a complete change right now to talk about Behold the Dreamer. We both read that this past year in 2017. Actually, no, I think I read this. When did this book come out? I know I hauled this book, and I know that I added it to... Yeah, I read this in 2016 when it came out. You read it this past year? Okay. Huge difference from...
I read that
urban fiction that you've been...
Yeah, I think I read that in 16.
Okay.
Yeah. It was one of the first audiobooks that I started reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me a little while ago, but you reminded me of it last night when we were talking. And we both loved it.
Yep.
We both loved it. So, if I can remember, because it's a year ago that we read it. Okay. So, immigrant family moved to New York, to Harlem from Cameroon. Husband and wife team. They have a younger son. And they go through some things because of immigration, and the husband finding a job. The wife is trying to finish school. She wants to be like a nurse or something. And then they run into some issues. I think that she gets pregnant. Something like that. Oh, no, I'm skipping ahead. I'm skipping so much. But the husband wants her to stop, and then eventually... I'm not going to give the ending because it sucked. The ending I didn't like.
You didn't like the ending?
No. Because I felt like they were just... I felt like the terrible immigration system in the U.S. won. And the wife was so determined. She had such amazing drive and will. And she wanted her husband to push on and to... continue on, but he was like no, and he became stubborn.
I felt like the ending, although that's a great perspective, I didn't see it that way.
Okay.
I thought that the ending allowed them to win.
Okay, how so?
Because they escaped whatever treachery could have beheld them.
Okay.
Behold the dreamer. And they got to leave the country, go back from where they came from, and make out great because they had all of this U.S. money that allowed them to be more, to allow them to be wealthier than they did when they first were there.
Okay.
So I don't know. I feel like they won, but I do agree with
because the wife was a little reluctant, and she was just like, okay, if my husband wants to go.
Yeah.
And I guess from my perspective as like a woman who's just completely independent. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
And super stubborn. I'm Scorpio.
But I felt like they became wealthy in their
But they also, so talk about the money. They got that money from Blackmail. Yeah. Right? That was a part of the storyline.
Treachery.
Scandal. They made it work out for them though.
They did, and that's why I felt like they won. I
wasn't mad at that. I wasn't mad at them.
Yeah. So, okay. So you have this storyline where, again, I feel like a lot of these books have different perspectives, but the same theme is we came from nothing and we trying to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And you have this immigrant family from
Cameroon.
And they come to the U.S. with barely nothing. And they not only come to the U.S., but they come to New York.
Of all places.
Now, I have been to New York quite a few times. You as well have been to New York quite a few times. New York is...
It's tough.
It is a tough place to try to make it.
Yes, it is.
And a lot of people, that is their starting ground.
You either sink or swim in New York.
And that's your starting point. Like, if you can make it in New York, you can make it.
You can make it
anywhere.
That is the truth.
So this family is coming to New York, living in basically a cardboard apartment, trying to make do, trying to make the ends meet. And through a series of events, her husband is trying to grab hold to income. And one of the ways he does that is by becoming a driver, a chauffeur. And he has a connection in Africa that connected him with someone, a wealthy family in New York. So he begins to drive for this wealthy family, namely the husband or the head of the household,
right?
Who is this businessman who has a complex history.
Yes.
Your turn. I didn't set it up. You go ahead on.
I know that the businessman has a complex history. I'm trying to remember how so, but that does tie into why they blackmailed this guy because of his history. Yeah. And I think that we don't need to go any further because that would be a spoiler.
It would be a spoiler. And so we'll just keep saying things like a series of events and all these vague terms.
Vague readings.
Because it's a really good read. I think this book is on Oprah's list.
It is.
And the way Mbolo Mbue, the way she wrote this story was, it was so good. Like her setup of the plot and the highs and the lows and all of the stuff that happens in between was written so well, and it grabs you from the very beginning.
Yes, it
like
does.
One thing that I hate personally are movies or books or stories that start off
that
so
you gotta
super slow.
Wait for.
Oh God, I hate that.
That you gotta wait for.
Oh, like not saying that everything has to start off with a bang, but give me some traction here. Give me some kind of, don't give me dry.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And this book, you care about the characters too.
Oh, real quick.
Feel like, go ahead.
Real quick, you do. No, I'm saying no. Like quickly, you grab on to him. Like you want him to win.
Yeah,
you want him to get a job. You want him to be able to take care of his family, and he does. He does eventually. He does eventually make it to create great income for his family.
Yeah, and then there are the frustrations with being an immigrant in the United States. He lied about his status.
Yes. In order to make it. To get the job. Their social issues or the way they socialize was an interesting point for me. The wife, I felt like she was super vibrant and she was cute. Let's talk about the wife for real quick.
She was super cute. She was
cute. She's this African woman who
her drive was crazy.
Who has crazy drive, just like her husband.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this level of hierarchy in their household.
Yes.
Where
and we can talk. So hold that.
We'll talk about that.
Hold that.
But she's so cute. Like I don't know if it's a upswing or downswing about this character of her, but she gravitated so much to what an American woman.
Yes.
Wears
she was so into that.
She's so into the material stuff of an American woman.
Yes.
And I was like, oh,
yeah.
You kind of end up downplaying your culture because you want
to so quickly be Americanized.
The material, she was an African woman who wanted like the name brand bags and the name brand clothes
and to be in the
like
right
that.
Social circles.
Right.
So help me remember the scene of the party. She went to like a coworker's or a friend's party. It was a white lady. Oh,
it was the businessman's wife's party, wasn't it?
Okay.
Or was there? It was. Yeah. So okay. So going back to the African wife, and I forget her name. I want to say her name, but we'll get it for you. She moonlights as a nanny or a help. She in between of going to school.
Nene is her name.
Nene moonlights as a handmaid or something like that. For the businessman's wife.
Yes. She's their nanny. Yep.
She ends up being the nanny for the businessman. So in essence, the
businessman is Clark, the wife is Cindy.
Businessman is Clark, the businessman's wife is Cindy.
Jende is the
Jende. Come on, Jende. I forgot.
Jende is the husband.
Jende is the husband. The African husband.
Yes.
Right? So Nene
or Nenny.
Nenny. That's what it was. I was like, there ain't no housewives in this book. Nenny moonlights as a handmaid or help
for
kind
Cindy.
of for position for Cindy. And there's this party that's going on. And
your recall is crazy good.
No, I'm about to forget. That's you hear me saying and so
I just remember what was so significant about that. I see it. First of all, I see it in my mind.
Well, Nenny becomes so enthralled with Cindy's life.
Yes. And Cindy gives her hand-me-down clothes.
Eventually gives her hand-me-down clothes.
And these are
designer
clothes.
And so Nenny is
just into it.
She's so into it, and she's so flabbergasted. And she tells her girlfriends and I've got these designer labels and this, that, and the third, and just woman gossip kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And but Nenny doesn't. Nenny doesn't understand what Cindy is actually going through.
Yes.
When it comes,
Cindy, who is a privileged white woman.
Yes, let's start there.
Wealthy. And she's hooked on Xanax.
Get it together, cause she
Nenny,
is. Yes,
who immigrated from Cameroon,
right,
with crazy good energy.
Yes.
And we're talking again about the stamina
to
talking
go to
about
school.
The hierarchy in her house, where her husband is head of household.
Yep.
She's trying to go to school and be a mother,
right,
and take care of the house, be the housewife.
And she's this realistic,
and also not just taking care of her household, but also Cindy's house, babysitting Cindy's son.
Come with it, yeah.
And Cindy. Is hooked on Xan. Her life is terrible.
Zanny.
Come on, honey.
So
now, I don't want to minimize women who are wealthy who may have those sort of issues, but Cindy and Nenny, when I think about the two, I'm like, Cindy, what you mad? What you sad about, honey?
So there's a lot going on in Cindy's world. Cindy is a housewife who is very disgruntled because of a variety of events.
Now, was Clark cheating on her? Okay, so it's coming back. It's coming back slowly to us.
Yeah,
Clark was cheating.
But Clark
which can send any woman crazy.
Well, now we got to look at that because now Cindy, I think there was some things with Cindy that Clark wasn't getting.
Okay.
Not saying that that's right. That's the reason why anybody should cheat. I'm just saying.
Right.
That, their storyline is complex in the sense that there is a lot going on with this relationship.
Yeah.
And so they're both trying to find ways to cope. Clark's way to cope is to cheat. Cindy's way to cope is the Zanny.
I do remember reading the story and was like, oh, I'm so annoyed with Cindy.
She is annoying. Now.
I'm like, girl, come on, backbone. You either straighten up and leave this marriage or just be depressed.
Girl, we can buy condos and live happily ever after.
Especially when you wealthy the way you are.
Girl, Cindy, we talking to you, girl.
Sips
Get
tea.
it together. Shoot. So, needless to say, Nenny wants this life that Cindy has.
Yes. So she's like from the outside looking in.
From the outside
not
looking
really
in.
knowing what's going on.
Right. Until Cindy has a
situation.
A situation. That's good. Cindy has a situation, and then he really sees that, you know, money isn't everything.
Yeah.
And
but Ninny jumps on that again as a way to take care of her family. Mm-hmm. Like, she jumps on that opportunity.
Yeah, because there is a blackmail situation with Cindy, between Cindy and Ninny.
They're both of them.
There's a blackmail situation there, and Ninny takes advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, they took advantage of being able to. Which, listen, I ain't too mad at Jinde and Ninny. It happens in white America all the time. Can I say that on Dope Librarian? Can I be edgy on Dope Librarian TV?
I mean, yeah, when you think about corporate America and
they saw the come up and they was like, listen,
the shadiness
we could play
happens,
this to our advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm always for the underdog. So when the underdog gets a chance to take advantage, baby, I'm gonna look this way.
It's like, did you get what you needed?
Did you get enough to last you? Did you get enough? Oh, okay. I'm looking this way.
I must keep on looking then.
So
we're honest beings.
Listen, I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because you want to root for this immigrant family that has nobody to lean on in the United States. It's either sink or swim for them in New York. Yeah. So, do your thing, shorty.
Y'all need to go
cop it.
Pick this book up.
And it's free in the library.
It's free in the library. You can listen to it.
That's how I listened to it.
Out. Me too. That's how I read it.
That's how I read it.
I listened to it, which is why I know how to pronounce the names.
Prentice
Otherwise,
and Yemi
is the reader.
Oh, baby, Prentice,
I think that's
did
what helped
your
out.
Thing.
That's why I love this book too. Because the reader was amazing.
Prentice,
yes.
I know you gonna watch this video. You read that, Prentice. I know I messed up your last name. I apologize. I think it's Onayemi, or I'm gonna get it together. Forgive me. But Prentice, you read that book.
It helps out when the reader.
Yes, it did. He put so many. He helped me get a feel for even how I'm trying to say two sentences at once. What is his name? Jinde,
yeah.
Jinde and Nenny. Jinde and Nenny. Prentice, the voice actor, he was so talented in giving inflections between these two characters, and even doing Native African sing-song. I will, you know how Africans finish with "Ayo." You know, I'm going to the store. You know, like he was, he did, and I didn't do that justice, but he did those things to help you feel the story
and the spirit of the language.
Yes, Prentice, you did your thing, honey.
It helped out. It helped out a lot.
It did. It's a book. It's a must-read book.
It really is,
because it goes through things like social justice, immigrant issues, some of the things we're going through. Right, women's issues, family issues, personal issues.
It even jumps back to Cameroon and what's happening with some of their family in Cameroon.
Yes. The whole socioeconomic imbalance. It talks about
the legal immigration system.
Things. Yes.
Whew, that was heavy for me. It was just like, man, I just want them to win.
But at the end,
stay and win.
Nene goes to church.
She does. She goes.
Nene goes to church, children, to get some help.
She sure does.
And that book, I'm telling you, it's a really good read. I would suggest, if you could, I mean, you know, I know Jazz, you're always for reading the actual book. That's always great.
I do both.
But that
I'm
audio
in support
book is
of
the bomb.
The only way I can get through a book nowadays is if I listen to it.
Yeah, me too.
I have a collection of books. I love both. Audio, the hands-on. I love them both.
So, I squealed in delight when I saw the book, the physical book in the Dope Librarians collection.
Yeah.
But that audio book, shawty,
it's legit.
That's it. It's right
legit.
There.
It is.
Yes.
All right. Read it. Enjoy it. Let me know what you think about the conversation. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.